My name is Vladimir Vukicevic. I am the CEO and co-founder of Better&Better. And what we're trying to do is embed well-being and longevity into day-to-day habits. So we're trying to make it easy for people to be healthy. And one of our first products is a toothpaste that not only offers clean teeth, clean mouth, but also delivers specific micronutrients directly through brushing. So no swallowing, no eating of anything. You just brush 2 minutes at a time, and you absorb vital micronutrients for longevity and well-being. And the first is vitamin D. So vitamin D is one of our key micronutrients, and our plan for Better&Better is to have a whole line of longevity products that last throughout your life without you having to think about it and without you having to actually integrate something new. So it's a world without pills made better through existing habits. Oral health, traditionally was either two things. It was either cavities, so pain, discomfort, etc., or it was vanity. So you wanted to have white teeth, clean teeth, bright Hollywood style. But over the last 10 years or so, oral health has been connected to a multitude of other full body symptoms, diseases, including Alzheimer's disease, including heart disease, including digestive trouble and digestive issues. So what science right now is generally seeing is that there is an oral microbiome of good bacteria, bad bacteria, other organisms, other nutrients, other micronutrients in your mouth. And that microbiome affects the brain, it affects the heart, and it affects the rest of the body, and is very much connected to the full gut microbiome that is within us. So that means that in some ways our health begins with the mouth. And as an entrepreneur and as someone who has built companies from idea through to acquisition, I've experienced, the journey of not going to the dentist or not taking care of my teeth for many months, sometimes many years, and I've seen the effects of it not just on my obviously mouth and my teeth, but also on my full body, on my full health. And so after I completed my previous company from idea to acquisition, I said, okay, I want to create something that can affect myself, that can help me, but can also help the world in a massive, meaningful way. And so the idea is that every micronutrient that we put into our toothpaste, so vitamin D, zinc, etc., is both good for your mouth. So it's good for your teeth, good for your oral microbiome. And then once it's absorbed, it's also good for your body. And it's good for a longer period of time throughout the day, throughout the evening, etc., etc. So it's a very powerful dual mechanism, a two-in-one toothpaste that is good for the mouth and good for the body. Within one kind of serving of toothpaste, there is about 50% of your recommended daily value of vitamin D within that serving. So if you brush 2 to 3 times a day, you can get a meaningful amount of vitamin D purely directly through the toothpaste as you brush through the blood vessels, through the absorption of the sublingual. And so that's what we try to keep it somewhere between 30 to 50% of a daily value per brush. We started developing Better&Better toothpaste. It took 2 years actually to do it. And initially it was about looking at everything that's in the market. We looked at all the toothpaste, the mainstream toothpaste, the natural toothpaste, everything. And what we realized first and foremost is toothpaste is full of a lot of bad stuff. So chemicals, preservatives, titanium dioxide, which is a paint, sodium lauryl sulfate, which is an industrial soap. All these things are in most toothpaste out in the market. So our first step was to remove the bad. So take out what you don't want in your mouth on a daily basis. And we had to find good natural replacement ingredients for this. And so that took us about a year. So coconut oil we use radish root, so as a natural preservative. We use salt, we use baking soda, we use really good natural ingredients and minerals that are the basis for our toothpaste. And when we can, we source these ingredients to be organic, so certified organic.
Oh,
No one else does that. So that's the base. It's do no harm and do it so good that it's basically food grade toothpaste. You could eat the toothpaste and you'd be fine. And then once we had this core formula, the baseline, that's when we started introducing the other formulations, the micronutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, etc. And we had to do it in a way that still tastes good. It still feels like toothpaste, and it absorbs within the first 1 to 2 minutes of brushing, since most people brush between 1 to 2 minutes. And so we have to find ingredients that go along with the micronutrients, with the vitamins, with the minerals that help you absorb it really quickly. And so we did that. So that's the secret, or the secret sauce for our product, is the ability that not only is the bad stuff removed, so it's only good stuff, the added stuff, the vitamins, the minerals, etc., are very easily absorbable. And so this unique combination of our formula is really what makes Better and Better special. We had to find natural ingredients that would serve as preservatives and that would serve as stabilizers for the toothpaste and for the micronutrients. And so a lot of it was trial and error. We tested thousands of formulas. We went through many, many different permutations and different versions of the toothpaste, and until we found the right combination of natural ingredients. And so that includes radish, which is a root that grows in the ground. We eat it in our salad, but is also really good in keeping things fresh. We use salt. Salt is a very powerful ingredient, which is actually in some ways very good for your mouth in certain doses. We use coconut-based products. So coconut is really, really powerful. There are many studies that show coconut as being really good for your oral microbiome, good for your mouth, good for your teeth. And so using coconut as the base keeps the freshness. And so our toothpastes do have an expiration date, though. So they last for 2 years, which is really good for a natural toothpaste. But also, compared to Colgate or some of the big brands, they last forever. But that's because they're packed with chemicals and stuff that you don't necessarily want in your mouth. So 2 years we found is the perfect middle ground for clean, fresh taste that is stable, but also uses only good ingredients. So there are two main kind of lines of connection right now that have been shown through academic papers and studies, and in some cases even clinical trials. The first is the oral microbiome and its connection to Alzheimer's disease and in general neurodegenerative diseases, so Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, and others. So the theory around that is pretty kind of rudimentary. It's your mouth is right there and your brain is right there, and it's very much connected. And so because the mouth is so absorbent, most of what we put in our mouth begins to be digested even before we swallow it. So nutrients of all types start to be absorbed in our mouth and go directly into the bloodstream, sometimes into the blood-brain, through the blood-brain barrier and into the brain as well. And so the idea is that if your microbiome in your mouth is in some ways dysfunctional or there's something wrong with it, it begins to affect that, and it begins to deposit things that might cause Alzheimer's, inflammation that might cause Alzheimer's disease and other neurodegenerative diseases. And then the second line of connection is to the heart. And so the heart is connected to the mouth also substantially through a multitude of blood vessels. And so that means that it's very close in terms of body distance. And so that if there is a buildup of bacteria, a buildup of kind of negative traits within the microbiome, that could cause plaque, and it can cause other inflammation that begins to form within the arteries, within the blood vessels, and then eventually can go to the heart as well. So those are the two main connections that have scientific background behind them. And then the third kind of, or 2B is the gut microbiome. So the mouth is the beginning of the full digestive system, which means it's the beginning of the full gut microbiome. And then once you go into the gut microbiome, that's a whole additional world of longevity and health and wellness. But those two things are very much connected. And so if we get this wrong, it can create something that is wrong within the gut and the digestive system. There are a couple of things that are happening in like 5 to 10 years, which is 3D printing of teeth and 3D printing of roots and matters within the mouth. I think that is coming, very quickly. Within 5 to 10 years, I think the drug-based regrowth of teeth is way out there, and it's really interesting. And it seems like it's legitimate, and it seems like that it actually does. You could take a pill, and it could cause teeth to grow. And I think there will need to be a lot of testing around that. But again, that's I think a 5 to 10 year kind of timeline. I think in the short term, in the 1 to 5 year, I think there are a couple of things. Number one is, as I mentioned before, people are starting to be more aware of the things that are in their toothpaste that they don't want in their toothpaste. And so I think cleaner ingredients, removal of things like fluoride, I think fluoride will be out of toothpaste within the next 5 years. It's just there's too much negative compared to the positive for it to remain in such high doses within toothpaste and within water and other things. So I think that's really interesting. I think additionally, we'll see new ingredients that are going or coming on top of replacing the bad stuff. So like what Better and Better is doing with micronutrients, but you might also see different flavors, colors, tastes. I think toothpaste has been very kind of boring for 50 years, maybe 100 years. I think that's changing very quickly, and it's almost going to be closer to food, where you could choose from many, many different types and categories and varieties. I think the similar trends will occur within toothpaste as well within the next few years. The mouth is really powerful. And so we want to have a whole category of products within the mouth. So we have the toothpaste. We will have different versions of toothpaste with different micronutrients and different combinations depending on your needs. So a little bit more personalized. And then we will start moving our way out of the mouth. So we have an oral spray now for when you can't brush your teeth after lunch, after dinner, when you're out. I think that will continue to kind of evolve as a product line for us, different types of oral spray. And then we move our way out of the mouth. Lip balm, skin cream, shampoo, anything that touches your body can be used as a delivery mechanism. All of our skin is absorbent. So not just the mouth skin, but our lips, our face, our body. It's just different levels of absorption. And so that means that you can create really powerful combinations of products that some can be absorbed really quickly, like through the mouth, and some can be more slowly through the head and through the skin on the body itself. So in 5 years, we'll have a whole portfolio of products that hopefully will replace the need to take pills or other kind of swallowable vitamins and minerals. So that's our goal in kind of the medium range. We really believe that the only way to build knowledge is through trust. And so by having trusted parties from internally, from Better and Better. So all the studies that we review, all the science that comes behind what we're developing, but then also partnering with doctors, nutritionists, dentists, and other healthcare professionals that can speak on our behalf and can say, oh, this is real, this works, and it's legitimate and it's credible and it's really powerful. And so I think once we build that trust both from internally and externally, we can use that everywhere. So that's then a currency that could be used on social media, on podcasts, on mainstream media, and beyond. So I think number one, trust is really the currency of success for us. And that's what we're going to continue to do and continue to build, because it's a new category, it's a new product. People have to trust it first and foremost.